Hi, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wide world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Hey, this is EAJ Man from Autopsy Live and the Skype Pirates. When I want to make it look like I give a shit about sports, I tune into Sports World Radio with Jeff Escow.
Jeff
Doing bad time. Doing bad time. Got myself a problem.
Looking for the
inside track on everything sports, you've come to the right place. Welcome to Sports World Radio, the fastest 2 hours of sports talk on the internet with your hosts, Jeff Escow and Sean Mann.
Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to Sports World Radio. I am your host, Jeff Escow. We got another jam-packed show for you guys, just like we do each and every Monday through Friday here on Sports World Radio on SportsWorldRadio.com. 6 o'clock on the East, 3 o'clock on the West, and if you live in the Central, figure it out! That's right, figure it out for yourself. We'll bring our co-host in just a minute. Let's get all the particulars out of the way, and then we'll get on with this show here, and we'll have some fun today. Like I said, we do the show each and every Monday through Friday, 6 o'clock on the East, 3 o'clock on the West. Every stinking day, Monday through Friday on SportsWorldRadio.com. You want to get in touch with the show? There are many ways to do it here at Sports World Radio. I'm going to give you all the ways to do it so you have no damn excuses whatsoever. The phone number here is 619-663-3715, 619-663-3715. We are also on Skype, so if you are a Skype user, fire up that Skype of yours and friend us at Sports World Radio Show. That's right, Skype users can reach us at Sports World Radio Show. Don't forget to like our Facebook page at facebook.com/SportsWorldRadio, facebook.com/SportsWorldRadio. Also, you can follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/SportsWorldRadio and twitter.com/SportsWorldRadio. You can send us a message on our Facebook page, on our Twitter page as well. I am monitoring both of them as we speak. Head on over to SportsWorldRadio.com and hang out in our chat room. That's right. Come on over there, hang out in our chat room. Go over there, just scroll on down, hit the play button, boom, you'll be listening to the show live. And come and hang out in the chat room. I'm over there hanging out in there right now, so come on over there and hang out over there. Also, don't forget, you want to listen to each and every commercial break that me and the guys take? That's right. You want to be a fly on the wall and find out how Sports World Radio is ran? What we talk about during the commercial breaks? Yep. Well, you can do that now. Just head on over to swrsportshorts.com/SWR Shorts and be a fly on the wall and hear what we talk about during the commercial breaks. Head on over to swrsportshorts.com/SWR Shorts and sign up today. With all that being said, what do you say, hey, we bring in that co-host of ours, Sean Mann, the update man. What's going on there, you rat bastard?
I'm doing good, Jeff, and welcome everybody to Sports World Radio on this Tuesday, September 15th, 2015, 6:06 p.m. on the East Coast, which makes it 3:06 p.m. on the West. Shout out to Josh Lopez, the Bleeping You Network. Good to see you. Or the FU Network, whatever you can say.
Yeah, you can say
and,
that.
Of course, it's cool weather out here in the land of potatoes, Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, and a busy day, but a good day.
Now,
How are you, Jeff?
For all you people hanging out in our chat room over at Spreaker.com, thank you very much. Hit that like button and like our show right there above the chat room. FU Network is in there. Our producer, Josh Lopez, is in there. And I know for a fact there's tons of other people hanging out in there that are afraid to talk or chat. Don't be afraid. Just start chatting away. Bunch of people hanging out in the Sports World Radio chat room over there on SportsWorldRadio.com. You want to go over to SportsWorldRadio.com, hang out in our chat room over there. You're more than welcome. Listen to the show. Ask us questions that way. There's a multitude of ways to ask us questions here on Sports World Radio. So do not give me any excuses whatsoever. You got it, people? All right, Mr. Shawnee, what do you say we get on with the first topic of the day?
First topic of the day we talk about here, Jeff. Ryan's stick a-blazing. We've got an update from him. He said that I need to go to Buffalo. Me, Sean Mann, needs to go to Buffalo instead of worrying about Boston all the time. You're full of crap because I love Boston sports, love the city, and I have been there before. Have you, Ryan Stick a-blazing? You're an idiot.
You know what, Ryan? Deep down, buddy. Deep down, you love this show because you're here every day. I know you like to rip our show and all that good stuff, but really, you love the show. You're addicted to the show. Sports World Radio lives inside your brain 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, rent-free. So thank you very much for that. I appreciate that.
Ryan Stick a-blazing said that Frank Sprinkle is a closet Cardinals fan.
Well, we'll have Frank Sprinkle on today in the second hour of the show. So we'll ask him that question right there. So save that question for Frank when he comes on, my friend.
Ryan Stick a-blazing said that you, Jeff Eskow, wish Tony Romo was the Giants quarterback.
No, I really don't wish he was the Giants quarterback. I'm kind of fine with the Giants quarterback. Guy made one mistake. It's one game. He made one mistake. Move on. I got an idea. I got an idea, Ryan. Instead of talking about what happened last week or Sunday night, worry about the Philadelphia Eagles. That's what you should be worried about right now. Not what happened last week in the Giants and Eli Manning. That's over with. Move on. You got a new week to worry about. Worry about the Philadelphia Eagles because that's who you're playing.
He probably believes and thinks that Jeff should be very ashamed of what Eli Manning is as a quarterback and that he isn't clutch and he doesn't know how to get it done.
Okay. If I don't know what I'm talking about in football, then why is Ryan blazing in last place in our football pool?
Yes, my point exactly, you rat bastard. Yeah.
Right. And the host of the show, not doing too bad, is in 6th place. Not bad. Sean's in 9th. And Encyclopedia Man, which is Josh Lopez, the producer of the show, he's in 12th right now. So, oh well. You know. But Ryan, the man who supposedly knows everything, in 20th place. Way to go, dude. You're rocking it.
Ryan Stick a-blazing said that Monday Night Football games were the best and awesome.
You want to know what's funny? I was having a conversation with our producer of the show, and I didn't even watch the games. In fact,
you gave me an assignment.
Yes, I gave you an assignment to watch the second game because I know there was no way in hell I was watching the second game.
I did watch the second game, but I'm going to say both games for the second hour when Mr. Frank Sprinkle comes on because we got a lot of other stuff to get to.
I was talking with Josh while I was watching WWE because, you know, we're big wrestling fans here at Sports World Radio. At least Josh and I are. And don't forget, this Friday, second hour of the show, our producer will be in the show and we'll be talking WWE because we always do that before a pay-per-view. Right?
Ryan Stick a-blazing.
Hold on, Sean. But I was talking with Josh during wrestling last night, and he was watching the football game for some stupid reason. I don't know. Maybe he was listening to it. I don't know what was going on because I could hear it in the background. And he was yelling and screaming at their uniforms, the San Francisco 49ers uniforms.
Oh, I cannot. I saw them, and they were very cheesy and very ugly, but we'll leave it like that.
I turned the TV really quick to look at the uniforms. They were so hideous, I had to turn the game off. I couldn't watch it. Hey, Taylor, how you doing,
I had a feeling you probably would because I was like saying, I can just imagine Josh and Jeff are shaking their heads looking at those 49er uniforms.
No way. Hey, Taylor, how you doing, buddy? He goes, oh, my God, the Falcons-Eagles was good. San Francisco Vikings was a snore fest. I'll tell you something right now. Both of those games last night, I could have easily taken a nap through both of them. Easily.
Ryan Stick a-blazing said that Jeff Eskow, you would lose to me easily in a sports debate because you can't win.
Not only will I kick your ass, okay, but you're sitting in last place in our pick'em pool. So it shows you how much you know about football, which is nada, nothing, zilch, zippo.
And he says that he could beat you in a sports debate.
He can't beat his own mother in a sports debate. Okay? He can't beat his own mother in a sports debate.
He can't do anything. All he does is sit behind his computer and sit behind his phone all day.
I know,
Shut
right?
up,
Come on,
idiot.
man. Come on. He can't
No
do
wonder-
that.
No wonder Josh can't get one day of relaxation because you're the one that's emailing him all this crap. I know Josh gets tired of it and annoyed. I would too, saying, just shut up.
Shut up.
Gosh, you are annoying. You just
He
don't
is.
know what to do with yourself except sit behind your computer frames, take a placing, and then twiddle your thumbs all day. Why don't you go out and get yourself a job?
Josh
If it's
says-
not radio, go do something else.
Josh says it's Jets and Colts next week, Monday night.
Next Monday night, Jets and Colts, September 21st.
Well, that's another Monday night game I won't be watching then, I guess.
Ryan Stickablazing said that John Farrell needs to be fired. Ryan Stickablazing, maybe you're an idiot and realize that you got fired
He's
because
right, though,
your
about that.
opinions suck.
He's right about that. I've been preaching about that all year
Oh,
long.
man.
I don't agree with that kid much, but you know something? He's right about that because I've been preaching about that all year long.
Guy has a few
One.
bad years. and
Okay,
the guy
don't
gets
give me
an extension.
don't give me one. The guy has led the Red Sox to 2 back-to-back last place seasons.
Last place, they might actually get up 4th or 3rd place, so it wouldn't necessarily be last place. They could still get 4th or 3rd place until the season gets over on October 4th.
Get the flock out of here, will you?
They playing better ball.
That's
Don't
just
give me that.
That's just a Red Sox fan praying to God that something like that happens.
Don't give me that. They've been playing better ball. Oh my goodness.
Dude, I'm looking at their record right now. They're 68 and 75, dead
That's
last.
not bad. That's not bad. That's called finishing
not
up the
bad.
season and finishing strong.
That's not bad. That's under 500. That stinks.
That's because of injuries. That's because a manager had to deal with cancer. That's because the teams had major changes. Yeah, don't hit me with that.
Hey, listen. You got okay. You got more excuses than Carter's got liver pills.
Bull crap. I don't have any excuses. I'm just making simple, basic facts
You
here.
know what I think about excuses, right? They're just like assholes. Everybody's got one.
I know what you think about excuses, but the fact is John Farrell will not be fired after this season.
He
I
should
hate
be.
to break it to you.
He deserves it.
He doesn't deserve it.
He does. He led the team. As of right now, they're in last place. So as of right now, he's led the
Jeez.
team to back-to-back last place seasons.
Oh, you guys have no respect whatsoever. Just because the team has a bad season doesn't mean to get on him about it. It was bad pitching, injuries,
A
and
bad
that's what
season? A bad season? That's 2 bad seasons in a row.
That's not his fault. Mistakes happen. Every team has their ups and downs for a year. If he doesn't do it next year, then he would get fired after next year.
Oh, don't give me none of that, Jorge.
No, I am saying a simple basic fact. That's not an excuse. That's a simple basic fact.
Don't give me none of that, Jorge.
I'm not giving you that, Jorge. I'm just pointing out what I see.
Hey, listen, if Valentine got fired, then he should get fired.
Oh, shut up, Josh. Just like that. You're the one who's getting all upset because Robin Ventura's doing a bad job. Why don't you go worry about your manager instead of focusing on John Farrell? What's that with you?
John Farrell.
I'm just pointing it out. Next one. Ryan Stickablazing said that Charles Barkley is the best basketball analyst ever.
That's terrible. That's terrible. That's not right whatsoever.
Yeah, you're the one who can't stand Charles Barkley, Jeff. You're so fed up with him all the time on Inside the NBA.
I am. I can't stand that rat bastard. He one of these days he's going to get another rat bastard award. I can't stand him, man.
Okay. Yeah, I can change the subject all I want there, Josh.
He did that. He did that pretty good, Joshy, didn't he? Freaking hump.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, hit me when I'm down about that. Just because Farrell had one bad season. Oh, yeah, you're the producer, yeah. But go focus on your favorite team. Why don't you go focus on your manager?
Ooh.
Maybe the White Sox need a new change of manager
Hey,
there.
you better watch out, man. He's He's coming on the show in a little while. You better watch out.
He's just a producer who does a pretty good job. No, I'm just kidding.
Does a pretty good job. He does a great job.
No, I'm teasing. I'm busting his chops right there.
Oh, my God. Wait till he comes on the show, man. Wait till he comes on the show. He's going to kill you.
Be crap. He
yeah,
is.
He's
so
going to kill you. Yeah. Who cares about Frank? He's going to kill you, Josh. Josh is going to eat you up alive. I can't. He's probably got a big. Look at him. Ooh, he's probably got a big smile on his face right now.
All right, so that's the end of the Ryan Stick-a-Blazing story. The next story we get to, the Seattle Seahawks have dropped to number 3 in the NFL power rankings after losing to the St. Louis Cardinals.
How in the wild world of sports do you keep losing to this freaking team? Huh, Seattle? How do you keep losing? St. Louis has got their number. How do you keep freaking losing to them, man? How does that happen?
I don't know. It's like 1-3 in the last 4 games in St. Louis. Hey, Wes, I saw your Pittsburgh Pirates thing. Shove it. You're just happy because Pittsburgh beat. You're just happy because Pittsburgh beat the Cubs.
Yes, he showed up. Look who's here. He showed up because they beat the Cubs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Look who's here. He shows up. He only shows up when Pirates start to play really well, son of a bitch.
Remember, we are family.
Yeah, I got your family right here.
And not only that, I'll get to the Pirates. Okay, I'll get back to the NFL. But, yes, the Pirates, I had this as a story. Yes, Wes, you're here because I don't know how long you'll be. I'm sure Frank wants to talk about this too. The Pittsburgh Pirates, the amazing Pirates, are closing in on the St. Louis Cardinals.
Do me a favor. Do me a favor. Do not put the word amazing in front of the Pirates.
They're the hottest team right now, Jeff. They're a half game back of St. Louis for the National League Central Division.
They're not the hottest team. You keep saying that.
Look at the record. They're 87-56. Even Wes disagree with.
Big
even
deal.
Wes. Look what he goes. You know I live here. That's what Wes says to you.
Yeah, you live in Ohio. I live here. Okay, number 1, the New York Mets are on an 8-game winning streak. So the Pittsburgh Pirates are not the hottest team in Major League Baseball.
They're not far off from St. Louis, Jeff. Look at the standings. A half game behind St. Louis. Look at that. See, Wes says Jeff is mad.
I don't know what standings you're looking at. They're 2 games behind St. Louis.
2 games? Well, suppose they beat the Cubs again tonight.
I don't know what standings. I don't know what standings either of you people are looking at. Okay? But the standings I'm looking at tell me that the Pittsburgh Pirates are 2 games behind St. Louis. What standings are you looking at that are telling you that they're a half a game behind?
Okay, I read it wrong. They're 2 games back of the Cardinals, but they're still one of the hottest teams in baseball.
No.
Of course, they're 3-7 the last 10.
They're the 3rd hottest team in baseball. The 3rd. They're the 3rd hottest team in baseball right now. I'm looking at everything. You can't deny. Mets are on an 8-game winning streak. Okay? San Francisco's on a 4-game winning streak. Pittsburgh Pirates are on a 4-game winning streak. They're the 3rd hottest team in baseball. So don't get all freaking crazy right now there, Wes.
We are family, and that's why Skip.
I got your We Are Family. You can take your We Are Family and shove it up you know where.
Look what Wes says. Hey, Jeff, the Cardinals are dead.
Cardinals are... Come on. Really? Let me ask you a question. Isn't it this time of year every single year? Right, we're getting into that time of the year. It's September 15th.
That's right, it is.
Season ends when? In 2 weeks, right?
It ends October 4th.
Pretty much in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Right? 2 weeks.
Yep.
2 weeks from this Sunday.
Yep.
Right? This is when normally the Pittsburgh Pirates start to go.
Look what Wes says. Look, lost 9 of the last 19, and he's got We Are Family. He's going to plaster it on our walls. Watch out, folks.
There's 19 games left for Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
They're going to go 9-10.
9-10 in the next 19 games.
Yeah.
But what?
Which means they're going to grab the wild card, and they're not going to beat St. Louis.
The way I look at it with the Pirates is that the Pirates win the World Series, Wes will win the bet, and he'll put "We Are Family" on our walls, and then he'll say, "See, Jeff, told you the Pirates are going to win the World Series this year, but you didn't listen to me."
Yeah, I never listened to you. I never listened to him. Why should I listen to him? You know what's going to happen at the end? You know what's going to happen at the end of the year, Sean? At the end of the baseball season, this happens every year. The same thing. I'm just going to go down the air and I'm going to say, "See, I told you so."
So Wes, are you making a guarantee or something that this is going to be the year the Pirates win? He says, finally, the Pirates will win the World Series in 36 years.
Another county heard from.
Guy lives in Ohio, and he's a diehard, and he's ready to post that Pittsburgh stuff on our wall.
I got your Ohio.
Look what he says, Jeff. It's going crazy in the Berg right now.
You don't live in the Berg, so how the hell do you know? It's just like, you know what? It's just like me saying they're going bananas in New York City because of what Eli Manning did. How the hell do I know? I don't live there. You don't live in freaking Pittsburgh.
Oh.
So, okay, your entire family is there, but you ain't. My entire family's in New York. I ain't. Jackass.
He goes, "I was born there, Jeff.
I was born in New York, too." It's like me saying they're going crazy in New York because the Giants are playing great. They're going to go to the Super Bowl. They're going, how the hell do I know? I don't live there.
Hey, look what he says. Wes goes, "I've been back to 75% of the games."
That's your fault. Yeah, that's your problem. That's why they're so bad, because 75% of the time you go there, they lose.
25 minutes after the hour, Josh goes, "There's a difference from the suburbs of Pennsylvania than living in the city of Pittsburgh. It's the same with Frank."
Yes, correct. Frank lives in Blueberg, freaking Indiana, and he's calling Chicago his home. Get the fuck out of here.
He says, "Season tickets to Steelers, Jeff."
How long is the ride? What, 2 hours, 3 hours there, 3 hours back? That ride must be terrible coming home after a loss.
Yeah, Wes, how long is that ride all the way from Ohio to Pittsburgh, from the state of Ohio?
That ride must be terrible.
It's my home.
I understand it's your home, but you don't know. You're not seeing it firsthand with your own stinking eyes or feeling it. You're getting it secondhand. Don't give me none of your crap.
He says it's 3 hours there, Jeff, from where I live to Pittsburgh.
Beautiful. So every time you drive out there and they lose, it's a miserable 3-hour ride home. Because I know it's a miserable 3-hour ride home because you take every loss personally. Just like Sean takes every loss personally with his teams.
Yes,
He's
I
miserable.
do. But Wes says...
He's miserable. He's miserable for days after a loss. Me, Giants lost on Sunday night. You know what? 20 minutes later, I was like, okay, whatever. I don't take it. There's nothing I can do.
Wes says, "I got video. I'll be there Sunday."
Saturday. Big deal, you got video. Video of what? You driving 3 hours?
He goes, "I'll post them to your Facebook, Jeff."
Yeah, I want to see video of you driving in your car for 3 hours going to a game. You know what? I want to see the video of you driving home the 3 hours of you being miserable because they lost.
And I'm sure Josh wants to see that, and I want to see that, and Shabba wants to see that. Hey, Shabba, good to see you.
Stinking believable.
He's just happy because the Pirates are doing so well in baseball, and he says 2 games, baby. The Pirates can win the National League Central Division.
Ain't going to happen. He's going to be miserable. He's going to be miserable when Pittsburgh don't make when the the Pirates don't make the playoffs and the Steelers don't make the playoffs. He's going to be miserable.
Wes goes, we can't be stopped.
Yeah, okay. Watch. Every year, you know what? Every year they stop themselves, so I don't have to do it for them.
Just remember, Wes, suppose the Pirates do get the wild card and they lose the one-game play-in game. I'm sure I won't hear a peep from you, and Jeff will message me like he did last year.
So you
in
said
October.
it right. It's a play-in game. It's not a playoff game. It's a play-in game to get into the playoffs, which is a joke and a half.
Look what he says. Hey, Jeff, the pitching is red hot. Check out the pitching of the Pirates.
The pitching is red hot. Okay, whatever. You got to say something. You need something to say. The pitching is red hot. The hitting is red hot. The fielding. You got to say something.
Josh goes, they can't even get past the doggone play-in game.
Every year they can't get past that play-in game. Every stinking year they get to that play-in game, and then the next day they're home playing golf. Which is the same thing that's going to happen this year.
Too much sun in Jeff's world. Ha, ha, ha.
Hey, I hate to tell you something, but it's been raining all day. And guess what? It's going to rain all day tomorrow here in San Diego, too. It ain't so sunny here in sunny San Diego today.
You know what Wes could do, too? He'll just say, he'll private message us, everybody. He'll say, may I have your addresses, please, when the Pirates win the World Series so I can mail you Pirates championship gear?
Hey, Mr. Lopez, the producer of this, get off my Bengals. They beat your freaking Raiders, didn't they?
Yeah, Josh, you lost that game. The dark horse team, the Raiders, lost.
Your dark horse team this year took it on the chin in the black hole from the Cincinnati Bengals and Andy Dalton, didn't they?
Jeff would be sticking it to all those Raider fans in the black hole.
Well, after this year, they're going to be 1-2. GF6, Mr. West. After this year, the Pirates are going to be 1-2 in play-in games. It's not a playoff play. See, you got it wrong. West calls it a playoff play-in game. That's disgusting. It's not a playoff play-in game. It's a play-in game to see who makes the playoffs.
30 minutes after the hour, we got to run to commercial break, and we got more to talk about with Wes on this.
You're listening to Jeff Escow and Shaw Man on
Sports World Radio.
We'll be right back.
Storms move fast, so we use the best technology. That includes Bosch Icon wiper blades.
They're beam blades with memory tension springs and an aerodynamic design,
which means they fit the curve of the windshield. Bosch Icon wiper blades wiped our windshield clean and outlasted any other blade we've used. In my opinion, the Bosch Icon wiper blades are the best blades out there. Bosch Icon wiper blades, how storm chasers clear the way.
Did you know that just 30 minutes a day of physical activity can improve your health and decrease your risk of heart disease? For every hour of regular, vigorous exercise, you gain 2 hours of life expectancy. So start walking for yourself and for your heart. Start walking with your family. You'll feel better. Start walking in your community. You'll lead happier and healthier lives. Start walking. Start something. Join the movement today. For more information on the American Heart Association START program, visit startwalkingnow.org and start walking. Start something.
What kind of person gets to work in the sunshine instead of an office? This kind of person. I am the new way to work. I do have an office. I'm just not chained to it. It's a Regis office at one of the nicest addresses in the city. I don't have a lease, so I don't have to budget for stuff like phones, IT guys, and artwork for the lobby. Instead, I pay one low monthly rate that gives me a beautiful lobby that impresses my clients, a friendly receptionist, a fully furnished office, a place to meet, and a place to brainstorm with my fellow New Way to Workers. We wonder why more people don't realize that the new way to work is the best way to work. I come here because I want to, not because I have to. I am the new way to work, and I'd like you to join me.
Start now and get 1 month free. Call 1-800-OFFICES or visit regis.com/TV.
Hi, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wide world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
She asked me maybe if I could share her sorrow for all the men that tried to treat her wrong. You're just a baby.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow Show, man, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk each and every Monday through Friday right here on SportsWorldRadio.com. Okay, now, hey, Wes, number one, I don't give a flying fig Newton what Skippy says. Wes says in the chat room, hey, Jeff, Skippy said it's a playoff play-in game. No, it's not.
Ask Skip.
I got your ass, Skip, right here. That's number one. Number two, Skip is just as dumb as you are. There's no way that is a playoff play-in game. That sounds gross. It's a play-in game to see who makes the playoffs. That's what it is. That's what it'll always be. Nothing else and nothing more. And as far as Skippy saying that it's a playoff play-in game, he don't know what the hell he's talking about anyway. He still thinks that Tony Romo played against the San Diego Chargers in a freaking preseason game when he was on the bench the whole time. This son of a bitch don't know what the hell he's talking about to begin with. Stinking believable. Rips my hide that Skippy Bayless thinks he knows what the hell he's talking about. He don't know jack crap.
And Wes says, hey, Skippy is funny. You made the rules. It's October baseball.
I'd hate to tell you something. But first of all, the season should end in September, not in freaking October. That's number one.
Yeah.
Number two, there's no way that there should be baseball in November.
That's true.
Get the season done, and the season should be done right now. So you can start playing playoff baseball right now. You know why? Because it's the beginning of the NFL season. You want to compete. Nobody gives a freaking fig Newton about the baseball season. All they care about are the playoffs. The playoffs should be starting right in the second or third week as the football season begins. Compete with the NFL. Stop being a wussy, Major League Baseball.
And then Josh adds some things. Dalton finally won a road game, and now he's a credible quarterback. Give me a break. If you're not, it's not your Bengals. Ha ha.
Hey,
Dalton will never win a Super Bowl or a playoff game.
I've been rooting for Andy Dalton and the Cincinnati Bengals long before you came on this freaking show, you hump.
I'm a witness to that, Josh. Oh, boy.
You're just upset that the Raiders couldn't beat the Cincinnati Bengals. That's all. You're just upset about that.
Josh is upset because, his dark horse team lost. And then Josh says, you should be a Rat Bastard candidate for saying it's your Bengals. You don't own or pay for the team.
I didn't say my Bengals. They're not my Bengals, just like they're not my Giants or my Chargers. Oh, God, look who's in the house. The big wind, the big chubby wind has just entered the chat room, kids. He'll be on the show with us in the second hour, at the top of the second hour. That's Frank Sprankle joining us, who thinks, another one like Wes, who thinks he lives in Chicago but lives in Bumblebee, Jersey, Indiana.
Josh says this to you, Jeff. He goes, yeah, you do. I got audio evidence.
Well, if I said that, then I made a mistake, and I didn't mean to say it. I probably said it in the heat of the moment.
Careful, Frank. You got a happy Wes right there, because Wes is happy the Pirates won Game 1 of the day-night doubleheader.
Hey, Wes, let me ask you a question. Not Wes, Frank. Let me ask you a question, Frank. The play-in game, do you consider that a playoff play-in game, or is that a play-in game to get to the playoffs? Write your answer on the board, you hump. Come on, man. Cut me some slack.
And Josh goes, I'm mad that you're saying it's your team when you don't own the team.
It's not my team. It's not my team. If I said it, I apologize. I'm not like Skip Bayless. I don't say it every 2 seconds. I never say it. If I said it, I apologize. Okay? I didn't mean to say it. I probably just said it in the heat of the moment. Okay? Which means that freaking Wes got me all riled up. So I said it in the heat of the moment, or Josh got me all riled up. It's not a playoff play-in game, you jackass, Wes.
It's a play-in game, Wes. Play-in.
Frank says it's a true playoff game. Does not count as a regular season game. It's not a playoff. Wait till your ass gets on the line, too, because I'm going to yell at you also.
Wow, this is getting really feisty today with the show and stuff. You bet.
Hey, Taylor, Dalton is grade A garbage. He went into Oakland and beat them in the black hole.
Coming from a guy named Taylor Galuskov, who decided to say that Tony Romo is ranked number 4 on the top 10 list. Explain to me how he played Sunday night. Not the best.
Yeah. Taylor Galuska. Oh, look at Wes. Now all of a sudden Wes loves. Hey, you know something, Wes? Before Frank came in the room, you were razzing on the guy. Now he agrees with you. All of a sudden you love him? Oh, you know what? You're just like the freaking Pittsburgh Pirates. A bunch of freaking losers.
And Wes says, you know what, Jeff? Get ready. The division title's coming back to Pittsburgh for the Pirates since 1992.
Okay, whatever. Yeah, you people are driving me bananas. Right, give me something to talk about. I'm tired of talking to these schmucks in the chat.
Yeah, wait till they come in the top of the hour. This ought to be really good. Okay, so we talked about the baseball game going on in Pittsburgh today. That was the game 1 of the day-night doubleheader. Another big game because it has a lot of implications, especially for that division.
What happens if Chicago wins the second game? You know what happens? Today was a washout. They're right back where they started at the beginning of the day.
Wes, don't you give me that. I'm not the one firing up Wes and Jeff in the first place. You're the one who's coming in here talking about Pittsburgh. Then you plastered a Pirates thing on my wall.
Yeah, between you and Galuska and Frank, you people are driving me nuts.
All right, so here we go. The biggest, one of the big stories in the NFL, 39 minutes after the hour. Marshawn Lynch's mother, how about this? Darryl Bevell, the worst play caller ever, and that what she said was, fire the offensive coordinator after a 4th and 1 decision cost the Seahawks the game. How about that? Marshawn Lynch's mother comes out and says that.
I guess she can say whatever she wants. She's the mother. She's not like she's going to get in trouble.
But she also thinks that Bevell should have been fired after last season's Super Bowl loss to the defending champion New England Patriots.
Hey, where's my girl Thea? Where's my girl Thea from Jock Journal, man? She hasn't been in the house a couple of days. What's up with that?
All right, Josh, I probably will. In her post on Facebook page, DeLisa called Bevell, quote, the worst play caller ever and suggested he gave the ball to Lynch in a critical spot Sunday to make up for the interception that ended Super Bowl 49.
Yeah, now you give him the ball? Yeah, a little too late.
Same thing happened to the Giants where a miscommunication and bad play calling cost them because of 1 yard. 12 inches is what Jeff is saying.
Yes, and you know what? I'll give you 12 inches. The freaking Giants couldn't move the ball 12 bastards. Okay.
You're still upset about that, probably.
I was yelling at my TV. No, I'm over it, man. The game is over. I feel bad for like 2 minutes, and then I'm over it. But I was yelling. It's 12 inches. Run the ball. It's 12 inches. It's the length of some guys. You know what? Run the ball.
Taylor says, hey, look, did Romo's receiver go down? And he still beat your beloved Eli.
No, you want to know something? No, Tony Romo. I'm going to tell you something. Tony Romo didn't beat the beloved Eli. Eli beat Eli. Okay? Eli beat Eli. Tony didn't do jack crap. Okay? Me none of that.
All right, let's see. Marshawn Lynch's mother says this too, Josh and Jeff and everybody. Quote, to the smart ass media who wrote that's why Marshawn didn't get the ball in the Super Bowl. How many times did Russell get sacked yesterday? DeLisa wrote in the Facebook post. Quote, don't worry, I will wait on the answer. Plus, it was totally different at the Super Bowl. The line was better than yesterday. No blocking, and the offensive caller who should have been fired, yes, I said it, fired. He is the worst play caller ever. The only reason he called that dumbass play yesterday is to be able to justify the 1 yard that wasn't called in the Super Bowl. but most fans already figured
What
this
the
out.
hell is Sean? What the hell does his mother know about football?
I don't know. She was just
because-
really fed up.
Just because her son plays in the NFL don't mean you know dick squat about football.
And why the offensive coordinator needs to be fired.
I know. I don't believe that.
Josh goes, yes, exactly. It's the first game of the season. Who cares?
No, yeah, I know. Relax. Take a chill pill, people. It's game 1. Relax.
But her mother was upset.
She could be upset
1
all
yard.
she wants, but she doesn't need to take it to the press for Jiminy Cricket's sakes.
It was on her Facebook post. You can look on Facebook to see what her mother, Marshawn Lynch's mother.
Listen, no. The last time I looked on Facebook during the show, we ended up talking about the Buffalo Bills and what happens in their stadiums. I'm not looking on Facebook during the show again.
All right, let's see. Worst play caller. 1 yard that wasn't called in the Super Bowl, but most fans already figured this out. We're still on a mission, but I know the Seahawks staff loves that play caller more than a win. Go figure. NFL, don't pay me. I love this team and will stand up to anybody who tries to destroy it. Boom!
Booyah!
That's what she said.
Booyah!
How
about that?
That was great, Josh. I was fed up. I picked Seattle in that one, and now they dropped to number 3 in the NFL Power Rankings. And number 1 in the NFL Power Rankings, New England Patriots.
So it's week 1. Big deal. It's week 1. Who cares about the power rankings? Power rankings. You know what you can do with your power rankings week 1 and week 2?
Mm-hmm.
You know what you can do with them. Shove them.
The New York Football Giants, they dropped to number 24 on the power rankings. Just take the sack, Eli. It's no surprise Manning threw it away late against the Cowboys. He had the second most throwaways last season.
Yeah, but he didn't throw an interception, did he?
No, he didn't.
Exactly.
The Cowboys were moved up to number 5 in the NFL Power Rankings for week 1.
What do I think about that?
All right, we'll get to some more of the power rankings after this first commercial break and update. Actually, second commercial break and update.
Wow, we're at the update already?
Yeah.
Oh my Lord, this show's flying by. You're listening to this. Oh, I'm sorry. This update is brought to you by JockJournal.com. Head on over to JockJournal.com. Read all their articles, check out their opinion pieces, and all their discussions going on there at Jock Journal. Check out their Jock News as well. JockJournal.com. Take it away, Sean Mann, with the first update of the day.
All right, Jeff, thank you very much. 45 minutes after the hour on the 15th of September, 2015. In Major League Baseball, the Pittsburgh Pirates 5, the Cubs 4 in this day-night doubleheader. They'll play Game 2 of a very pivotal matchup in the NL Central, as the Pirates are just 2 games back of a St. Louis Cardinals team that had a gigantic lead. The Cardinals need to be careful. Other action tonight, Red Sox, Orioles, Nationals, Phillies, Royals, Indians, Blue Jays taking on the Braves. Interleague play tonight. Marlins at the Mets, the Yankees at the Rays, the Astros at Rangers. That game is on ESPN, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific. That makes up for last night because of the 2 NFL games. Athletics at White Sox, Cardinals at Brewers, Tigers at Twins, Padres at Diamondbacks, Angels at Mariners, Rockies at Dodgers, and lastly, it'll be the Reds taking on the San Francisco Giants. In the National Football League, week number 1 is complete. Last night, the Eagles losing against the Atlanta Falcons 26-24 down in Atlanta. And the San Francisco 49ers had a pretty easy night as they prevailed very easily 20-3 against the Minnesota Vikings. I am Sean Mann for the first update of the day. This update was brought to you by JockJournal.com. When we come back from this commercial break and update, more sports talk with Jeff Escow and Sean Mann. Followed by, at the top of the hour, we got Josh Lopez, the producer of Sports World Radio, and Frank Sprankle coming on for their sports perspective. And we also got Skippy Bayless-Bashauer not too far away. Be right back after this update and commercial break.
She asked me maybe if I could share her sorrow for all the men that tried to treat her wrong. You're just a baby waiting her tomorrow. It's rock me baby all night long. She needs an answer to her confusion, someone to guide her with tenderness. But when she's asking for a solution, oh, she gets, it's something like this. I don't know where.
Welcome to the Man Manual. Man comes with a multifunctional casing known as skin. It is remarkable. Warning, standard body wash can cause damage to man's skin. Maintain it properly with Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. It cleans man and protects skin from dryness. This will keep man's skin remarkable, even under extreme testing. Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. Skin care built in. Also, freshen man's exterior with new Aqua Impact Body Wash.
Why does consultant Jerry Howell say at La Quinta?
Can you come back tomorrow?
Because only with La Quinta can Jerry instant hold the room tonight using just his phone number. And then power down for tomorrow on his pillow top bed. And when Jerry's refreshed, you know what he does?
We need ideas, people. Think.
Synergistic integration.
Genius.
He thinks outside the box.
I'm going for it. No.
La Quinta Inns and Suites take care of you so you can take care of business. Instant hold your next stay on your smartphone at LQ.com.
La Quinta.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Hello there. I'm a famous actor. Pretty sure you know who I am. And when I want to know what's going on in the sports world, I tune into Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Eskow, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk each and every Monday through Friday right here on SportsWorldRadio.com. 6 o'clock on the East, 3 o'clock on the West, and if you live in the mountains,
who really cares?
That's right.
All right, for the NFL Power Rankings, the Chicago Bears, they dropped to number 27. The reason why the Bears dropped to 27 is because they...
Is this ESPN's Power Rankings?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You know what I think of ESPN's Power Rankings?
What do you think? The main reason the Bears dropped to number 27 is because they've lost 6 straight games dating to last season. Only the Buccaneers have a longer active streak, which is 7 games.
They're a joke. ESPN's a joke. See, look, Sean's laughing. They're a joke. Okay? I'm going to say something, and it's going to get me in a lot of trouble. But I'm going to say it anyway. Okay? You know why? Because nobody can kick me off the air unless I want to go. Because I own Sports World Radio. So nobody's going to kick me off the air. ESPN, what you did to Schilling and what you did not do to Chris Carter, I am going to call you racist.
Oh, whoa.
You're a joke and a half.
Whoa. Ryan Stickablazing is probably going to have something to say about that. He says,
joke,
how can you call them racist? I can see him saying that.
And a half you are. Disgusting. Disgusting. What Chris Carter said and did was way worse than what Kurt Schilling tweeted.
And every time I see Chris Carter on there, I think of one person, and that's you, Jeff.
Me too. He was on there the other night. I was like, get this bitch off my TV. Click. I'm not watching him this year. I'm boycotting him all year long, just like I am boycotting Cleveland Cavaliers basketball. Ridiculous, man.
And let's see, the Green Bay Packers, Josh, they went to number 2. The Packers are 1-0 and heading home, where they've won 9 straight, including playoffs. The bad, the Packers are playing the Seahawks, who has beaten Green Bay 3 straight times. Seattle dropped to number 3. The Broncos are number 4. Cowboys, of course, are number 5. Why? Dez Bryant's injury puts a damper on the Cowboys' big comeback win. Bryant's 56 career receiving touchdowns are second most in the NFL since 2010. All right, Cardinals are number 6. The Chiefs are number 7. The Bengals, Jeff, the team that you have as your dark horse team. That's right, Josh. They are number 8. And speaking of which, Josh, you know where the Raiders sit for your dark horse team in the AFC? Number 31.
Yeah, number 31. That's what I say about them apples right there. You like those apples? Those are some good, tasty apples, aren't they?
Josh, awesome. They won a trophy when they were supposed to blow the Bears out, and they didn't. Overtime censorship.
I know. It's
That's
week 1. Who
weak.
cares? I know. I'm with you, Josh. It's week 1. Who gives a flying fig Newton?
But according to the ESPN journalism, they want to tell it like it is.
They don't. That's the problem. They don't.
Just like the Super Bowl predictions. Remember that one last Friday I had as a story?
There's only one station I know of that tells it like it is.
Oh, God.
And you're listening to it.
Right now.
That's right. This is the show for real sports fans. Because we ain't politically correct here. And if you don't like that, don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out.
Beat it or hit the road.
That's right. Listen, we're an equal opportunity ripper here. We tell it like it is. If you screwed up, we're calling you out. You got that, Chris Carter?
The Dallas Cowboys, here's a story at 55 minutes after the hour. After losing Dez Bryant, the Cowboys brought in Bryce Butler in the trade with the Oakland Raiders for a conditional pick in 2016.
Oh, yeah,
the Cowboys worked out.
That's a great improvement right there. Oof. Yeah, he's gonna help. You know how easier it's gonna be for defenses now? All they gotta do is double team Witten.
Bryce Butler, Josh.
Bryce
That's who the
Butler.
Cowboys picked up.
Who?
Bryce Butler.
Who the hell is that?
He's a receiver from the Raiders, and the Cowboys made a trade for a 2016 unconditional pick.
Yeah, okay. Way to go, Bryce Butler. Good luck over there in Dallas with Romo. Bryce Butler.
Jerry Jones felt it was necessary. A move needed to be made to add a big receiver for the Cowboys when Dez
Bryce
Bryant
Butler?
Yes.
Why didn't you just... Why Bryce Butler? Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't Akeem Nicks still available?
Yes.
Bryce Butler? Really?
Yes.
Jeez Louise, Batman.
The Cowboys are wanting to make sure that they will have good receivers.
Then if you wanted a good receiver, then you should have brought in Akeem Nicks. Bryce Butler. That's ridiculous, man. Come on.
Let's see. Frank goes, I can't believe GoldCostTickets.com has their cheapest Raiders-Bears ticket, $45. What a freaking ripoff. Shabba goes, how Akeem Nicks actually worked out for the Saints this past week.
He did, but he didn't make the team, obviously. So he's still a free agent. Right?
Yes.
I can't believe that.
The Cowboys worked out Akeem Nicks, Austin Pettis, Nick Toon, and Clyde Gates at Valley Ranch, and were impressed with Toon and Gates, but opted to do the trade for Butler.
Yeah. They were impressed. They were impressed with Gates, so they opted to go for Butler. That makes freaking sense. They were impressed with Butler and Toon, Gates and Toon, but they went with Butler.
Suppose you asked Jerry Jones about that. What would your thoughts be, Jeff? I would want you to ask him.
Yeah, you said that you were impressed with these two guys, but you went with the other. If you're impressed with one of these two guys, pick one of those two guys. Don't go with somebody else. I don't get that philosophy. You were impressed. You were impressed with Gates and Toon, but you went with Butler. That makes freaking no sense whatsoever.
Butler was inactive for week 1. The Raiders lost to the Bengals 33-13. He was a 7th-round draft pick in 2013. He has 30 catches for 383 yards and 2 touchdowns in his first 2 seasons.
Makes no sense whatsoever. They were impressed with Gates and Toon, right?
Yes.
But they took Butler instead?
Yep.
Does that make sense?
No.
We were impressed with these 2 guys, but the hell with them, we're going to go with this guy instead that we're not really impressed with. Does that make sense?
I don't know. It's the Jerry Jones is the owner, president, and general manager of the team.
That's no wonder why. It's stupid.
The Cowboys are hoping for a quick return for Dez Bryant, but speaking on 105.3, The Fan in Dallas on Tuesday, the owner and general manager Jerry Jones would not put a definite timetable on Bryant's return. At the quick end, he could be back by the October 25th meeting against
the Giants.
The New York Giants.
Yeah, no,
but
he's going to be. Nah, he ain't going to make that. He'll be out for another 2 weeks past that.
But it's possible he could need more time, like you pointed out, Jeff, with a return November 1st against the Seattle Seahawks or November 8th against the Philadelphia Eagles, possibly.
That's the game.
Possible.
That's the game. They're going to, and you know what? They're going to be in such bad shape. They're going to need to win that game, so he's coming back. Watch. That's the game. They're going to be in a must-win situation, and he's coming back. And then Butler, you won't be playing no more. How about that? That's crazy, huh? That's pretty funny.
So you're the one who's still questioning about Butler. The receiver.
I don't get it, man. They were impressed with 2 other guys, but they took Butler.
Yes.
I don't get it.
Josh goes, Cowboys missing the playoffs, especially when McFadden gets injured.
It don't make any sense, man. It don't make no sense at all.
And Josh saying Akeem Nicks will go to the Tennessee Titans. Possibly.
It don't make sense.
At the top of the hour, we got to go to commercial break. Coming up, we got Josh Lopez and Frank Sprankle coming on.
Listen to Jeff Escow Show, man, on
Sports World Radio.
We'll be right back from the rain.
Have a question for Sean or Jeff? Tweet them now at Sports World Radio or on Facebook at Sports World Radio.
I had PTSD. Once I was back from Iraq, I was distant from everybody in my family.
We had a reunion of our unit, and you'd hear these spouses say, is your husband doing that? My husband's doing that too. I thought it was just us. And really understanding that, hey, this is a common experience.
I learned more to listen to what he was saying, and that made it easier for me to understand where his pain was coming from.
Warriors should know that resources are available. Learn more at realwarriors.net.
Every parent wants the safest and healthiest products for their family. That's why I created The Honest Company. I was just a concerned mom with a crazy dream. A wish that there was a company that I could rely on that did all of the hard work for me. I'm Jessica Alba, and The Honest Company was my dream.
LegalZoom has helped 1 million businesses successfully get started, including Jessica's. Launch your dream at LegalZoom today. Call us. We're here to help.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too. Don't wait until it's too late.
Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wide world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
All I want is to be loved. All I want is you.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk each and every Monday through Friday right here on Sports World Radio. Okay, the gang is all here. We got Josh Lopez, the producer of the show, on the line with us. What's up, buddy? You hump?
I'm doing fantastic. How about you?
I'm doing great. And joining us like he does each and every Tuesday and Thursday here on Sports World Radio in the second hour of the show, Bumblebee, Indiana's very own Frank Sprankle. What's up, buddy?
Why am I known as...
It's a Gale Force win.
Yeah, I'm known as Gale Force, but why am I known as Bumblebee?
I don't know. It's hysterical.
Dude, I forgot. Who came up with Bumblebee?
Josh.
Can I go to the source? Why did you... Listen, Hump. Why did you come up with Bumblebee? We come up with the hump and glue for you. Why you follow me like that, dude?
Actually,
it's in the middle of freaking nowhere.
Actually,
Bumble Hell, Indiana.
Dude,
Yeah.
I live 5 minutes right by grocery stores, pizza places. Dude, you come out here, you're going to realize you're in the middle of somewhere.
Yeah, but you don't live in Chicago.
Oh, gosh.
But I was born across the state line.
That's okay. That's just like Wes and just like
exactly.
me.
I was born in Cook County.
Cook County's in inner Chicago.
Hey,
not
listen.
The suburbs.
Dude, the county seat is Chicago, silly.
Hey, listen. I was born in Doctor's Hospital in Manhattan, right across the street from the Wonder Bread factory. I don't live there no more, do I?
I was born in Chicago, Illinois, not Schaumburg, not Aurora, not
right.
Rockford. The city, not the suburbs. There's a difference.
Oh, wait, so you don't consider me to be a part of Chicago?
Not really. I'd call you a border hopping Chicago native. But
okay, I guess all right, that's fine. We'll keep it at that.
A border hopping Chicago native?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, should there be a wall? Dude, should there be a wall built so I don't get in?
Yeah. Coming from a man that was all thinking that the Raiders were going to play an upset against the Bengals when Jeff's been roasting him and getting on him because Andy Dalton had a good game on the road.
Wow, the only good game he's going to have this year.
Hey, knock it off, you. Hey, knock it off, you. I bet you he
plays like crap against your San Diego Chargers this Sunday.
Oh, of course he's
at home.
Of course he's gonna. I bet you that the Bengals make the playoffs where the Raiders don't.
That's
the case. But can the Bengals get passed around this time? No,
I hope
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh.
When was the last time the Raiders made the playoffs?
We're talking about the Bengals, not the Raiders.
That was January of 2003, and they got pounded in the Super Bowl.
Bengals make the playoffs. They're getting a win this year.
Okay, we'll see.
Dude,
that's like saying the Packers are going to be in the Super Bowl. Scratch my ass.
Yeah, they have them at number. Hey, Josh, they got the Packers at number 2 on the NFL Power Rankings.
Yeah, Trent Dilfer says the Chiefs are going to take on the Cowgirls in the Super Bowl this year. By the way, how's that schmuck clear to be a professional broadcaster calling football games last night?
Who was this? Wait, who was this?
Chris Berman and Trent Dilfer, Frank. They called the game.
Yeah, I know. I watched it. I watched it all.
So why did you just ask who if you were sitting there listening to this schmuck?
Hey, what'd you think of the 49ers' black uniforms?
We'll
get to them in just a sec.
Dude, you can get those uniforms in Madden. I checked. They're Madden.
The first game we get to, since you gentlemen are here, last night to open up Monday Night Football, the Philadelphia Eagles, they went into Atlanta, and the Falcons prevailed 6-24.
Boring.
Shame on me for picking Philadelphia to win that game. I actually thought they were going to win the game at halftime.
Josh,
boring.
It was a close
game. That game was more entertaining than the late game.
Both of them were boring.
Hey,
the game was going on while we were doing the show yesterday, and me just said we're boring.
Hey,
you want to know something?
Last night.
You want to know something?
It was good.
Those were the most 2 boringest Monday Night Football games ever.
And let me tell you this. Raw was probably even worse in terms of the boring category.
Well, you didn't watch the show, so how you know? There was more entertaining action on Raw.
Bring back attitude.
Okay, out of touch.
My question is, with the Philadelphia Eagles, gentlemen, is it time to panic because they played so bad against the Falcons?
It's week 1.
Goodness. All right, let me ask you this.
All these questions.
Sean,
the Colts being worried and all this
Let me ask you this, Sean. Was there any panic after after the New England Patriots lost to the Kansas City Chiefs on Monday Night Football?
There was some, because everybody thought it was the end of the Brady-Belichick era, and I told everybody to just relax. New England would get on a roll, and look what they did last year. Went on a roll, and they never looked back.
You know you're not a good and objective journalist when you need to question the future of the team off of 1 week. It's the first week of the goddamn season.
Should we question the Indianapolis Colts then? They got blown out.
No.
In the blow job or the hand job game or whatever that was.
Oh, Frank. For the Atlanta Falcons, though, what do you guys think of them after they beat Philadelphia? Is this a sign of things to come? What do you think, Jeff, with the Falcons?
I hope so. They look pretty good. I like their new offense. I like their defense, man. They were flying around all over the place last night.
Frank,
I think Philadelphia's got a lot of potential from what I saw in the second half. They got a lot of potential. The problem is they got beat in the first half. Let's face it.
The first half was ugly for them.
It was bad.
It was bad. They played flat. They looked like they weren't in the game, but then the second half they finally woke up and they missed a field goal that almost could have won it for Philadelphia. Now for the Atlanta Falcons, Frank, what do you take from them? What do you expect with them going forward after Week 1?
I'll tell you what, it was an impressive win a year ago, but let's understand this: as far as the Falcons are concerned, they're in a division that has the likes of the Saints, the Panthers, the Buccaneers. Although after I saw from the Buccaneers on Sunday, who knows? I'll tell you what, the Buccaneers weren't ready to play in that game. But it was a close division. Was it last year? Who knows how it's going to be in the NFC South this year?
And Matt Ryan's numbers last night, gentlemen, he was 23 of 34. He passed for 298 yards, 2 touchdown passes, and 2 interceptions, and what was a very close game for the Atlanta Falcons. And Josh, what do you think of the Falcons going forward?
Same old defense. They got a good offense. We'll see how they play towards the end of the year. If they can win on the road, then I consider them a legit contender. But until then, it was the same old with the Falcons for me.
The other game that we get to at 9 minutes after the hour, the San Francisco 49ers and those new uniforms that they wore last night.
They're in Madden. Dude, they're in Madden.
How the heck do you put those uniforms on? I was like,
they wouldn't wear those more often. They won in them.
That was stupid. They go back
to the most hideous jersey I've seen this weekend.
I thought they were pretty cool. I thought the blackout attire was pretty cool. And you know what? It worked. They won. But you know what? I got to talk about this game. You know what? The fact is, Adrian Peterson only had 31 yards on 10 carries. I wanted to see how Adrian Peterson was going to do, and I was right. He sucked last night. I called it.
Jeff, what is your thoughts about Adrian Peterson coming back for the first time since, I believe, 2013?
From my understanding, he didn't look very good, did he?
No, he had 4 yards in the first half.
Wow, yeah, way to go, Adrian.
I called it. I said there was going to be a lot of rust.
Yes, if I'm telling you Bridgewater, I'm concerned.
You called it.
Too. Yeah.
You called it. You're on this show. You're on this show 2 times a week. I've been saying it since he came back.
Okay, then we all called him. We'll all share the blame. I mean, all the compliments.
For the 49ers, though, this I'm only calling it as one of their wins that they can enjoy throughout the season. I still don't think that they're going to be a deep threat this year, even though Colin Kaepernick did have a good game for them.
He looked pretty well in the pocket, I thought, last night. He was able to complete a good number of passes. Overall, I was impressed with Colin Kaepernick.
What did you think, Josh?
Both of them looked sloppy. Receivers were dropping the ball. Kaepernick got to escape a couple times and do his little run-ins here and there. But Kaepernick is still not an NFL quarterback in my eyes. And I thought the game sucked from top to bottom.
It was like it took forever for the finally for both teams to get going. San Francisco was up 7-0 after the first half. I watched the whole game like you told me, Jeff and Josh, and I thought, boy, this game is boring. I can't believe I'm watching it.
Well,
was there really a need for...
You had
Trent
to.
Dilfer was screaming the entire game.
You had to because I didn't see any of it, and you had to watch it because I wasn't watching it.
Dude, was there really a need for 2 Monday night games? Really?
No, these games were boring.
Let me pose a question to you. Is there a need for Monday Night Football anymore?
If the games are big, if they should just make them like rivals or make them intense instead of having...
I don't think there should be Thursday night games.
Hey, the Thursday night schedule, the Broncos and Chiefs is far more entertaining than the Colts and Jets next week.
Oh, by
for
the way,
Monday Night Football.
Speaking of people involved with the Broncos, I now have to turn the channel anytime I see the DirecTV Peyton Manning commercial because that high-pitched voice gives me nightmares.
Yeah, that's too many commercials for Peyton.
I have to say this, though, too, Frank, and I'm sure we're going to talk a lot about this on Thursday. Like you said, Josh, the Broncos do play the Chiefs. If I'm a Bronco fan, I'm concerned right now because, A, you played sloppy, and B, your defense won the game for you, pretty much. Joe Flacco.
Nothing beats that new Carson.
I seen those commercials.
That's
man.
a nice queso dip.
I seen those commercials. I was laughing my ass off.
I can't feel my fingertips.
Look what
barely
Shabba says.
beat the Ravens on Sunday.
All right, Josh, here's what Shabba says. Here's your answer. Keep Mondays and drop Thursdays.
No, because both games they put on there both suck. Have the games on Sunday unless you have an interesting game on Mondays.
Correct.
Let me ask you guys this question. Should there be Sunday night football?
Yeah, that's the only good late primetime game they have during the week.
Right. The only good one.
Yeah, but I remember. But here's the thing. For me, the NFL's about Sunday afternoon.
Let me ask you a question. There was 2 games on Monday night. Which games were better, the Monday night games or the Sunday night games?
I'm calling the split. Neither of them were good.
I'm going to vote. I'll vote and say the Sunday night game because it was expected to be probably what I thought close.
Well, the game in San Francisco was the bore of them all because that was it was a pretty good first half. It was scoreless throughout most of it.
I thought the Sunday night game was much better than the 2 Monday night games combined.
I think maybe a close second with the Eagles Falcons.
The way I see it before we get to the break, because I got another minute left, the NFL needs to be ashamed of themselves because, look, you put 2 games that I really didn't care about, Josh didn't care about, Jeff didn't care about. Not fun at all. They need to make it better. And, yeah, you got Trent Dilfer on there, and, of course, Chris Berman. Of course, I can agree with Berman calling a game because he is an NFL journalist. He's done NFL for a long time.
Neither of them do play color commentating, and that's what they're doing. That's
Wait,
great.
don't they only do the one Monday night game, the late game every year?
Way to go, ESPN. Yeah. Way to go. You're really taking it. You put 2 guys who don't know what the hell they're doing, and you make them do something.
Then who should be calling the game? We should be calling the second Monday night game every year?
No, they shouldn't have one.
Do you know what they should have? You know what ESPN should do this? You know what ESPN should do for the second Monday night game? I got a good idea. How about there's no announcers? Why doesn't ESPN give us a feel of what a stadium sound like?
What they got to do is get somebody who's got experience. And ever since the NFL ended their contract with ABC, which was really sad because I grew up watching Monday Night Football on ABC before we get to this commercial break, is get some people with experience. Now you're hiring former players to do broadcasting of games. Don't forget, it'll go back to Mike Tirico and John Gruden calling the game starting next Monday night.
I'd rather have one guy that's competent doing his job than 2 schmucks commentating during a football game.
And on that note, we got to go to commercial.
All right, let's run to our commercial break. You're listening to Jeff Escott's show, man. Frank Sprankle, Josh Lopez on
SportsWorld Radio.
Storms move fast, so we use the best technology. That includes Bosch Icon wiper blades.
They're beam blades with memory tension springs and an aerodynamic design,
which means they fit the curve of the windshield. Bosch Icon wiper blades wiped our windshield clean and outlasted any other blade we've used. In my opinion, the Bosch Icon wiper blades are the best blades out there. Bosch Icon wiper blades, how storm chasers clear the way.
Did you know that just 30 minutes a day of physical activity can improve your health and decrease your risk of heart disease? For every hour of regular, vigorous exercise, you gain 2 hours of life expectancy. So start walking for yourself and for your heart. Start walking with your family. You'll feel better. Start walking in your community. You'll lead happier and healthier lives. Start walking. Start something. Join the movement today. For more information on the American Heart Association's START program, visit startwalkingnow.org and start walking. Start something.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until wait. Don't too. Don't wait until it's too late.
Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
When I'm not out there acting and I want to know what's going on in the sports world, I tune in to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk on here on the You know what? These guys got me so flustered, it's freaking unbelievable. During the commercial break, we were talking about
Chris Berman and Trent Dilfer?
Yeah, those two guys. And somebody mentioned it's better than listening to Le Batard and Stu Gatz. There's no way in hell I'm listening to Le Batard and Stu Gatz do a play-by. There's no way I'm listening to this for 3 hours. Manning drops back, throws a 5-yard pass. He runs down to that. There's no way I'm listening to this for 2.5 hours.
Hey, Jeff, let me ask you this question. Jeff, let me ask you this question. Weapons of last night's second Monday night game included Chris Berman, Trent Dilfer, and Skip Bayless.
Hey, listen, I didn't watch the game. I didn't watch the game last night. I definitely wouldn't have watched it last night if Skip Bayless was there. Ridiculous, Stu Gatz.
Maybe what needs to end up happening is Berman needs to go back to Monday Night Countdown, and then they need to find somebody experienced to call the game instead of him and Trent Dilfer. And I know how you are, Josh, about Trent Dilfer these days.
I got a good idea. What the second Monday night game? I know who should be the broadcast team: Jeff Escow and Skip Bayless.
Oh, Jeff and Skip Bayless.
I don't think Skip would make it to halftime.
A bash hour more entertaining than the actual football game.
And now the people are watching on TV saying, "Hey, this is not journalism. This is not professional. Why are these two arguing?"
That's what it would be. It would be an argument for 2.5 hours, man. It would be fun.
I think it's about that time, ladies and gentlemen.
People be like, "We want to watch football. Stop arguing."
What do you mean watching football? You see the video. How can you not? You're still watching it.
It is that time. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's the Skippy Bayless Bash Hour.
Skippy Bayless said that, mine.
And here we go for the torture.
Oh, my God.
Philadelphia Eagles let me down last night.
No kidding, Sherlock.
They did.
It's one game, Skippy, and you're all upset because the Eagles lost? Oh, my gosh. You got Dallas
Hey, listen to me, Skippy. You can't have the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles as both of your teams, you jackass.
Skippy Bayless said that Stu Gatz is a very good analyst when it comes to sports.
Hold on, I'm gonna have to drink some iced tea for this one.
You know what I may need? I may need some rum. And
there's no way that I'm going to sit there and listen to a guy that talks like this for 4 hours or even 5 minutes. I can't stand that. That's crazy right there. That guy doesn't know are you really going to sit here and listen to somebody that talks like this for 2 hours? No way.
That guy looks like the guy from the Diners, Dies, or whatever, the restaurant show with the big spiky yellow hair.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
I'll never forget, last month in August, Jeff was up in the wee hours of the night watching them. You couldn't believe what you were seeing.
That's how I started my Stu Gatz invitation right there. I was listening to that schmuck for 4 hours. I couldn't believe I was actually listening to this.
Dude, that sounds like Chris Berman in a way. It sounds like your Chris Berman imitation.
That's Stu Gatz, man. That's Stu Gatz.
Skippy Bayless said that he can't wait for the NBA to come back so he can see his man, Charles Barkley, kill it on Inside the NBA.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
Hey, how about Skip Bayless and Charles Barkley called the second Monday night game?
Frank, well, Frank, gentlemen, we all know Skippy's got something for Charles Barkley. Give me a break.
Hey, would you like me to do the whole show in the Stu Gatz voice?
No.
No, please, for all the
producer card on that.
I told Josh last night. that I might just do a whole segment with Stu Gott's voice. He was
Chris
like, "No,
Foreman and
don't you
Stu
dare."
Gotson do the second Monday night game together.
Skippy Bayless said that Xavier Woods should win the Royal Rumble.
I can't stand that bastard, man.
What did you call him last night, Jeff? Evander Holyfield?
I did not. I didn't I? He looks like Evander Holyfield, man. Only 5'7" though.
Hey, you know how Frank said, "Oh, you thought Raw was boring." Sting fought in 2 matches last night.
That's right. Sting
Dude,
fought.
please bring back attitude.
Sting fought in 2 matches last night. That was freaking awesome. I was talking with Josh last night while I was watching Monday Night Raw, and thank God he called me. Otherwise, I would have been sleeping at my desk.
Skippy Bayless said that my Pittsburgh Pirates will over-trump my St. Louis Cardinals.
Okay, you can't put the word "my" in front of both of them when they play in the same division, you jackass.
He's happy because the Pirates are playing well, Jeff, and they can easily overtake St. Louis and win the National League Central.
I'm running out of words here. I'm just running out of words.
He's been hanging out with West.
Oh, by the way, Ryan Sick Blazing had a question for you, Frank.
Oh, yeah, what is it?
He wants to know if you're a closet Cardinal fan.
Dude, I got a good idea. You know what? For next year's second Monday Night Football game, the late game, I want to call it with Ryan's Dick a Blazing. Frank Sprinkle and Ryan's Dick a Blazing are going to call the second Monday Night game.
You mean Colin Cowherd's son?
Hey,
yeah, sure. I want to call it with him, dude.
Hey, listen, listen. ESPN wants Rick. They're not having Ryan on their air.
You know how great Colin Cowherd's is. He's on a network where 50% of the country actually got the network.
Yeah,
I have it. I have Fox.
Fox Sports 1.
Well, I don't. So there's 1 or 2 right there. There's your 50%.
Dude,
Frank,
get it.
Why?
Frank,
Listen to that schmuck.
Frank, I hate to say this, but next year, if that happens with you and Ryan Stick of Blazing, I will not watch that late night game. Say heck to that.
Skippy Bayless said that the Boston Red Sox should invest in Ozzie Guillen as the next head coach for the Boston Red Sox.
It's a manager. It's not a head coach. It's a manager.
It's a manager.
That's the same thing.
They got Farrell. That's enough as it is.
Baseball has a different general manager meeting. It's not like the coaches are signing the players.
Farrell's getting fired. You better get your head wrapped around that there, Sean.
Yeah, we talked about this before. Farrell is not getting fired as manager of the team. He just had 2 bad
contract sessions don't mean crap.
That's right.
Listen,
dude, settle down, bro. Settle down, dude.
That extension ain't worth the freaking paper it's written on.
Yeah. Bobby Valentino was the coach for 1 year. And then Farrell has 2 last place finishes, but he still has a job.
Josh, hold the phone. The reason why Valentine got fired in the first place is
because the players were looking at women?
No, because the guy was drunk. Leave the women out of it.
No, because they were drinking beer and eating chicken.
They're gentlemen. Wow. What's the big deal?
I like that, Josh Valentino. I like that. Bobby Valentino.
Yeah, Valentine on the White Sox since you're so mad with Robin Ventura. Yeah, rest my case.
You always have to bring it back to my teams like it's supposed to be an insult. We're talking about the Red Sox.
I'm telling you something.
Subject.
I'm telling you something. John Farrell's getting fired.
He's not. He's not getting fired.
Okay, what's going to happen the day he gets fired and we're on the air?
Then I'll take the whole day off. I'll say, Jeff,
God.
You'll be in mourning. We should have a bed pool.
Oh, that's funny.
Skippy Bayless said he likes the nucleus of the Cleveland Cavaliers roster this year, and he says the Eastern Conference should be scared.
Skippy, they're freaking older than dirt.
The NBA hasn't even started yet, Skippy, and you're talking already about how big the Cavs are? You're giving me a headache right now. I need an aspirin.
Skippy Bayless said for his debate he would like to have Charles Barkley as his moderator.
Whoa, we're going to have it. Yes.
Jeff, what do you say about that? Charles Barkley, the moderator, when he would go up again.
You know what? That's okay, because then I can rip Charles at the same time.
Oh, yeah. Hey, dude, I'll bring the grill.
Skippy Bayless said he would win the next celebrity golf tournament.
Not if I'm in it, you're not.
Hey, don't we have some golf guests coming up soon here at Sports World Radio?
Yeah.
Freaking hump.
Yep, we'll be talking golf soon. Sure. You bet.
Yeah, we got a CBS golf writer and an ESPN golf writer.
Coming up. Yeah.
Probably Probably Skippy says he wants to win at golf because he thinks he can overtake Jeff at golf since Jeff's a golf instructor.
Hey! I'm looking at the Cleveland Cavaliers roster right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they're pretty freaking old, man.
They are old.
Old team.
You know, Mo
It's a
Williams.
retirement home in LeBron James.
Hey, they got Tristan Thompson on the freaking roster, and he's not even signed with the team for Jiminy Cricket's sake.
And he's not even going to be the starter, Jeff.
He's not even going to play with them. He hasn't signed. They got Richard Jefferson, old. Right?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Hammond-Akers preferred.
But you know what? They got rid of Miller. They got rid of whatchamacallit, too, that was on there. Marion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got
Sean Marion.
Sean Marion. He's gone. They got Deladova, Joe Harris. Yeah, who?
Deladova.
And then Josh Skippy wants a Cavaliers championship to end the drought so he can wear his Cavs gear.
Yeah.
Well, it's not happening.
Irving ain't playing until January. LeBron James, Richard Jefferson, Schumont, Sir Dominic Pointer. Who? Mozgov, Love, James Jones, J.R. Smith, Varejao, and Mo Williams.
Hey, Frank, what do you think of that roster of the Cavs?
That's not a championship team right there.
What do you think, Frank, of that Cavs roster?
They were a championship team to begin with last year. I mean, really. LeBron James is proven that he just overall can't win in the big round.
Where are your points coming from? Kevin Love and LeBron James?
The referees?
James
free throw line?
Oh, yeah, Josh, let's not forget Joey Crawford will be officiating some of those Cavs games this year.
Skippy Bayless said that he's the real nature boy, not Ric Flair.
Yeah, whatever.
Dude, how insulting was that?
Yeah,
That's called bragging about yourself, Skippy. Shut.
So let me ask you this. Is he limousine riding, jet flying, kiss wheeling, dealing, son of a gun? I think not.
No, I think not.
He's just a guy that twitches and pansies himself on a chair and a
I
stool
watched
for 2 hours each day.
I watched the replay of Second Take for a little bit today. I'm calling it Second Take from now on. Okay, I watched the replay of Second Take today, and about 6 times during a conversation, he went like this. Why?
Okay, join you.
Are you using that to think?
He needs help. He's probably taking pills or something. He needs help.
He uses that time to read his notes.
I had one more Skippy Bayless quote for the day.
Okay.
Skippy Bayless said that Phil Jackson is hurting his legacy as a basketball executive, coach, and player of the New York Knicks.
Oh, shut up, dummy.
After one season?
But before we get to the update, you know that Skippy wanted to do that to push Jeff's buttons, and then Stephen A. Smith would concur with Skippy Bayless.
Stephen A. Smith is so fed up with Skippy Bayless, he wasn't even on the show today. He was on a remote.
Yeah, live via satellite.
Yeah, live via satellite. He can't stand being in the same studio after the garbage that Skippy spewed out of his mouth on Monday. Okay, we're going to run to our second and final update of the day. This update is brought to you by JockJournal.com. Head on over to JockJournal.com and check out all their writers over there writing killer NFL articles about every single NFL team. Head on over to JockJournal.com. Take it away, Josh Lopez, with the final update of the day.
Thank you, Frank, Sean, and Jeff. Welcome, everybody. Sports World Radio update on a Tuesday, September 15th. Right now in Chicago, it's 6:31, which makes it 7:31 in the East Coast. If you live in the mountains, who really cares? Let's take a look at the NFL scores from last night. The Oregon Eagles defeated the lost to the Atlanta Falcons 26-24, and the San Francisco 69ers defeated the Minnesota Vikings yesterday in Levi's Stadium. Earlier games today from the baseball world, the Pirates defeated the Chicago Cubs 5-4. That's the first of a doubleheader tonight. The Cubs are actually up 1-0 in Pittsburgh right now in the middle of the second inning. Nationals up 1-0 against the Phillies. Red Sox against the Orioles. Yankees tied 1-1 with the Tampa Bay Rays. The Marlins against the Mets 1-0. In the NFL, it was announced that Mike Tomlin is not going to press suit in the controversy that came out of last week's game against the New England Deflatriots when it comes to the headset gate. And also it was announced today that the Dallas Cowgirls have acquired Bryce Butler from the Oakland Raiders. This update has been brought to you by JockJournal.com. We'll be back with more Sports World Radio with Jeff Escal, Sean Mann, the Big Win himself, Frank Sprinkle, and Josh Lopez.
Have a question for Sean or Jeff? Tweet them now at Sports World Radio or on Facebook at Sports World Radio.
I had PTSD. Once I was back from Iraq, I was distant from everybody in my family.
We had a reunion of our unit, and you'd hear these spouses say, is your husband doing that? My husband's doing that too. I thought it was just us. And really understanding that, hey, this is a common experience.
I learned more to listen to what he was saying, and that made it easier for me to understand where his pain was coming from.
Warriors should know that resources are available. Learn more at realwarriors.net.
Every parent wants the safest and healthiest products for their family. That's why I created The Honest Company. I was just a concerned mom with a crazy dream. A wish that there was a company that I could rely on that did all of the hard work for me. I'm Jessica Alba, and The Honest Company was my dream.
LegalZoom has helped 1 million businesses successfully get started, including Jessica's. Launch your dream at LegalZoom today. Call us. We're here to help.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too.
Don't wait until it's too late. Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wide world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
All I want is to be loved.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio, Jeff Escal Show, man. Bring you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk each and every Monday through Friday, right here on SportsWorldRadio.com. Hey, guys, if you want to be a fly on the wall and listen to the conversations that we are having during the commercial breaks, because you're missing a fun time, let me tell you. Here come the cops, man. They even want to listen to it, too.
That's what happens when you live in Chirac.
That's right.
You could be a spy.
Head on over to swrsportshorts.com/SWR Shorts. Sign up today and become a fly on the wall and listen to all the conversations that we have during the commercial breaks. There's been some doozies this week so far, and it's only Tuesday.
35 minutes after the hour on the 15th of September 2015. In Santa Clara, California, it is sad to report that police say they are investigating an apparent attack on a Minnesota Vikings fan outside Levy Stadium on Monday night after the 49ers' 20-3 victory over Minnesota. The last time a big fight happened between like a Giant fan to Dodger fan, you go back to 2011. It's just despicable, in my opinion, why NFL fans, you want to have a great time and go to a game, get beat up by some other crazy fan.
Levi Stadium has good security people when I was out there for WrestleMania, so I'm kind of surprised they let that happen.
Does anyone remember not too long ago, and this is why the Raiders and 49ers don't play each other prominently in the preseason anymore. Does anyone remember at Candlestick Park they had all those fights and one guy was found unconscious in the bathroom?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and two people died at the Turner Field. By
but that wasn't.
falling.
But that was not under a violent act.
I know, but still, it's messed
I know,
up.
and that's sad. Oh, you're right. It is sad.
It is sad, and it's stupid the way people are attacking. It just explains how really crappy and screwy the society is this day, with people being so super sensitive. Good grief!
It's just a game. Okay, listen, I one thing about going to games, and I can tell you this in 30 years of going to sporting events, if you're a fan of the team or not, or if you're just there just to be a spectator with no rooting interest, dude, you make friends at these games.
Only 30 years you've been going to sporting events?
Well, baseball games. 30.
Yeah, game is supposed to be fun. Look, I'm a Patriot fan. I live here in a
God.
place where people are all upset because Seattle lost in the Super Bowl. I don't care. I have people coming up saying, "You're going for cheaters. You go for deflations." And I said, "I don't want to hear it." I said, "Look, if you dislike a big deal. I don't need to hear it."
Hey, and that's not only his friends, Jeff. That's also family members.
Yeah.
that rip him too.
I don't care if family members rip me. I don't give a flying fig Newton. I don't go for a bunch of first to the Minnesota
What
Vikings.
did you say? Flying fig Newton? Did you just say flying fig Newton?
Yeah, I said flying fig Newton. Yeah.
You're plagiarizing, dude.
The hell's going on
Plagiarizing?
here, man?
What's plagiarizing, Frank?
You're plagiarizing Jeff.
Hey, Frank, I saw a story you sent me about some rift between Chuck Pagano and Ryan Grigson.
Well, you got to be wondering. Yeah, I've been paying attention to this for the last week, and apparently there may be some friction going on between in the back scenes, but with the Indianapolis Colts. Hey, you got to be wondering because it was pretty bad on Sunday between the Colts and the Bills, and I got to tell you this. I would have expected it to be a lot competitive if the Colts would have lost that game. That was completely unacceptable.
I got to personally say, since Bruce Arians left that team as the offensive coordinator, that offense has totally regressed.
My question to you, okay, the Colts made these big moves. They lose to Buffalo and get trounced. I know it's only 1 week, Josh, but you did say it to me on numerous Skype calls that the Colts have always had trouble winning on the road. It seems like it's just hasn't been easy for them to beat the tough teams on the road, and they got thumped by Buffalo.
Yeah, I mean, it's only so much you can do in playing good in a dome or an indoor stadium all you want, but you need to play good and outside the domes as well. It's the same issue that goes on with the Vikings. It happens to the Falcons every year.
What about Peyton?
Exactly. You got to win on the road.
And
you got to win outside.
My big point that we'll have when we have NFL Real Talk this upcoming Saturday, gentlemen, the Colts host the Jets for the Monday night game. Suppose the Colts lose to the Jets and drop to 0-2. Then people would probably be thinking, is it time to start panicking or are they going to start waking up? Because the Colts made all these moves to be a competitive team in the AFC.
If you can't beat the Jets, I don't know what to say.
This was a team expected to go to the Super Bowl. Literally go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and Andrew Luck needs to be sharp and he needs to be better. He had a rough game on Sunday against Buffalo.
Everybody had it rough. I'll tell you what, seeing the Indianapolis Colts on Sunday, I just want to see how they can recover on Monday night. Monday night is going to be a huge test for them because they return home. They play the New York Jets, a team that they are expected to win. But if they cannot pull that off, then people are going to realize that potentially this Pagano-Grigson issue is a lot worse than what we think.
My other point to get to for another shock, probably, of course, everybody's still talking about Eli Manning and that 3rd and goal situation. Frank, I know we talked a little bit about this too, Josh, but Frank, Dallas and the Giants, I had to get your thoughts on that. Did you watch that game Sunday night?
Of course I watched it.
What did you think? Everybody's blaming Eli because they should have ran the ball or quarterback sneak it to ice the game. 12
well,
inches.
You know what? Here's the thing. If it's inches away, I think you should have gone for it. Try to get the points that way. Try to get the 6 points. And here's the thing. If you're pinned up at the 1 yard line, if it's 4th down or you lose maybe a couple of yards, okay, aren't you looking at 95 yards the Cowboys have to work for a game-winning touchdown
And the way I look at it, Frank, is that it took the Cowboys forever to wake up sometimes because they looked real sloppy. Dallas plays like this, plays the way they did on Sunday, and they play like that. They're going to have a long season. They go to Philadelphia on Sunday. So the Cowboys, they need to really look at the tape and look at the film and think about they need to play better, especially now you're going up against Philadelphia.
That's going to be a big game for both teams because it is a divisional game. Does it determine the season? Maybe it does, but here's the thing. Philadelphia, there's all these expectations, and they didn't pull off a win. They looked pretty well last night in the second half. that's going to be a great game. People are looking forward to that. Cowboys and Eagles on Sunday. So am I.
Frank, your thoughts about this going back to the Cowboys? Des Bryant out 4 to 6 weeks with a foot injury.
That hurts. That hurts because he has been one of the big factors in that Tony Romo pass offense. But it's going to have to be an adjustment. This is a game of casualties, and they're going to have to adjust because Tony Romo, as long as Des Bryant has been there, he has been a big impact in that passing game. That is devastating.
And then,
I want to ask you guys one question. Speaking of decisions, what did you guys think of the fact that the Seattle Seahawks tried a ridiculous onside kick to jumpstart overtime?
I don't know. It was kind of crazy. I don't know what Pete Carroll is thinking. There's a lot of people where I live because I live.
You don't have faith in your defense? Is that what you're thinking?
I live 5 hours from Seattle. The mood is anger. Look, I know it's one game, but the point is that Seattle, like I said on NFL Real Talk, gentlemen, Seattle has trouble winning in St. Louis. For some reason, the last few years they've lost in heartbreak, and that was a heartbreaking loss for them to lose by 3 points. And then Marshawn Lynch's mother comes out and says, "Fire that offensive coordinator. He's the worst play caller."
Hey, I just remembered something. Seattle is in last place in the NFC West. Think about it.
Yeah, and they go to Green Bay on Sunday night. They play the Packers.
That's the game of the week. Revenge is what's on the minds of the Packers.
And Josh, I have to say this too: the mother of Marshawn Lynch calling out the offensive coordinator. How would you feel if that happened to you?
It's like saying the same thing if you're a college coach or a high school coach and you just have a parent that knows nothing about the sport yelling at you and acting like they know better. You take a chance and try it and see how it works for you. Just be quiet and sit in the sideline and support your son.
Well, how would you feel, Jeff or Frank, if it happened to you? You had a parent saying, "You're the worst play caller. You deserve to be fired."
Is this about Marshawn Lynch?
Yes.
Okay, let me tell you this to Marshawn's mom. This guy does not know how to speak to people. Maybe you should have taught him to speak to people, or if not, please do so. I'm sure listen, who cares about the play calling? First of all, that's his line of work. You can criticize all you want, but it's not going to have an impact. What you should try to do is teach people skills to your son. How about that?
Jeff, what would you think if a parent came up to you and said, "You're the worst play caller"?
Shut up, lady. You don't know anything about football.
There you go. Exactly.
Gosh, after one game, because she's upset because they didn't beat the Patriots.
Poor Boobala.
She could, you know what? She could be upset all she wants. Ain't going to mean a goddamn thing.
You know, put her as a rat bastard candidate because she's not even a journalist.
That's right.
She runs her mouth.
That's right. Go put her in the rat bastard candidate spot.
I will.
That's right. Hey, we're going to run to our final commercial break. You're listening to Jeff Escott, Show Man, Josh Lopez, Frank Sprinkle on
Sports World Radio.
I had PTSD. Once I was back from Iraq, I was distant from everybody in my family. We had a reunion of our unit, and you'd hear these spouses say, "Is your husband doing that? My husband's doing that too. I thought it was just us." And really understanding that, hey, this is a common experience.
I learned more to listen to what he was saying, and that made it easier for me to understand where his pain was coming from.
Warriors should know that resources are available. Learn more at realwarriors.net.
Chloe is 9 months old.
She is the greatest thing ever.
One little smile, one little laugh. Anybody? We would do anything for her. My name is Kim Bryant, and my husband and I made a will on LegalZoom.
It was really easy to do. We created LegalZoom to help you take care of the ones you love. Go to LegalZoom.com today and complete your will in minutes. At LegalZoom.com, we put the law on your side.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't wait until it's too late.
Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
When I'm not out there acting and I want to know what's going on in the sports world, I tune in to Sports World Radio.
Okay. Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Heskow, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk each and every Monday through Friday right here on SportsWorldRadio.com. Final segment of the show. I hope you enjoyed this 2-hour journey that we embark on every Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. in the East, 3 p.m. in the West, and if you live in the Central,
beat you.
I love it.
I actually beat Josh there.
I did that because we got two guys in the Central.
The Humpy Glue.
And the Humpy Glue. That's right. Josh's Lopez's new name because he's the glue that holds his whole show together, and we call him a hump all the time. So his new name is now the Humpy Glue. What's up, you Humpy Glue?
48 minutes after any sentence with Peyton Manning and the injury report paired together will always be classified as fire in the sky stuff in and around the Broncos. And when Peyton Manning's name appeared on the Broncos injury report following a Monday night practice, it became noteworthy.
Oh, no!
Manning, who has long said he is not a fan of the weekly disclosure of injuries, was listed with some back soreness. Could that really impact the Broncos down the road this season?
He's crumbling down as we see it. Week by week, it's going to get worse and worse and worse.
Yes, I concur. I agree with the glue, with the Humpy Glue, like you wouldn't believe.
Oh, God.
Dude!
Peyton Manning was sacked. Peyton Manning was sacked 4 times in the 1913 victory for Denver over the Baltimore Ravens, and he finished 24 of 40 for 175 yards. And Josh, I totally agree with you. Manning gets whacked or gets banged up, boom, he could be out for the entire season, and Denver's Super Bowl expectations down the drain.
The Humpy Glue strikes again.
They're not making the playoffs this year.
Josh Lopez is a Humpy Glue.
Oh, no.
Well, Frank,
why did you have to start that crap?
Because we're talking about Peyton Manning, you see.
For Frank, my question to you is your thoughts about Gary Kubiak. How'd you think about his performance on Sunday? Can the guy lead the Broncos this year?
I agree with what the Humpy Glue is saying 100% because Peyton Manning is starting to break down. Do you know what? I think this was the third straight game in which not consecutively, but the third straight win for the Broncos in which Peyton Manning did not have a touchdown pass. What does that tell you?
It tells us that he needs to be better, he needs to step up, and he needs to be sharp because I observed it. I watched the whole game. That was a big afternoon game.
I think the age is the physicality with the age is starting to settle in, Sean. I really do.
Because, and the way I look at Peyton Manning is that if he wants to do what he did in Indianapolis by winning one Super Bowl and he wants to do it in Denver, he's got to step up and be sharp. And I don't see it happening with the Broncos.
I know Manning's not the most mobile quarterback of all time, but even then, you watch him over the past 2 years, and he looks just stiff. Whenever he drops back to go for a pass, he's just stiff.
He's got a weird throwing motion, doesn't he?
And the fact that the Bronco fans were booing their team throughout the game, that's not good because then that means Bronco fans are thinking, expectations are bad. I don't like the way this is going. They only won by 6, and Joe Flacco was inches away from winning that game for Baltimore against Denver.
You know, I just thought to figure out this about Peyton Manning. He holds pretty much every quarterback record you can think with the exception of one, and that is the most passing yards, which Brett Favre holds. But Peyton Manning is not too far back. Do you think that's important for Peyton Manning to now try to eclipse that mark and hold pretty much now every quarterback record there ever is?
Maybe.
Well, maybe it is to him.
Yeah, it's possible.
Hey, I found a new candidate, Sean, for Rat Bats of the Week. We're going to have to add TNA's Jesse for evading Big Brother the other day while Jeff was watching it. And then he ripped them a new one.
I gotta ask you a question.
We were talking about that last night. Remember that, Jeff?
Yeah, I can't believe they had that freaking guy on Big Brother again.
Let me ask you, when's Big Brother on? Because now CBS has football on Thursday nights.
Tuesdays and Wednesdays. They moved it.
You like it?
I love it.
Okay.
I knew it was going to happen before. The people in the house don't even know what's going to happen, but I know what's happening. I knew it was going to happen before the season even started.
It's hard to kind of going back with the Broncos. Hard to say, though, where they're going to be throughout this season. I would be concerned going up against Kansas City because the Chiefs looked a lot more impressive than the Broncos did. They got off to the big lead and almost blew it, but I know the Chiefs are ready for this game Thursday. Think about it, gentlemen. Peyton Manning is 12-1 all time against the Kansas City Chiefs. So the Chiefs know they need to show up and play. And I have picked the Chiefs the last couple of times on Pick'em. Question is, can the Chiefs shut down Peyton Manning and the Broncos, or is Peyton Manning going to just tear apart their entire secondary on Thursday night? Frank, what do you think?
Listen, I had some audio trouble. Could you go over that? I only caught the tail end of it.
Yeah, you kind of went off there.
I was kind of saying, Frank, question is, can the Chiefs be prepared against Denver? That's going to be a big discussion on Thursday night. I'll
be honest. The Chiefs played very well, especially that tight end in the early going that Alex Smith had. That tight end that Kelsey, that's it. That guy played one hell of a game. You know what? Being the Kansas City, this is their home opener. It seems they always do well on national TV. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to make my pick already for that game. I think I'm going to take the Chiefs Thursday night.
Oh, wow.
My question, gentlemen, to all of you is this. Is this like a playoff game for Thursday night?
It will feel like one. Oh, it'll feel like one.
Because what I'm getting at is that Kansas City wants to overtake Denver. They've had trouble the last couple of years. I look at this kind of like as a playoff game because even though it's week number 2, Josh, but I still have a feeling it's going to be like a playoff game Thursday night between the two.
Well, we're not Houdinis. We can't figure out a full season after 2 weeks of football. I mean, the atmosphere will be great, but we're not genies in a bottle. We can't predict people's futures.
Correct. Correcto mundo, my friend, my humpy glue friend.
Humpy glue. Hey, yeah, what do you think of it, by the way? I'm the one that gave you it.
I like it. In fact, I was thinking the same exact thing, only you said it before I did. In fact, I was getting ready to say humpy glue, and you said it.
Yeah, what do you think of the humpy glue, Josh? That's what you're known as.
It's unique. I'll give you that.
Top of the fourth.
It's way better than nicknames I had during high school.
Hey, we got a baseball score. What is it, Sean?
Top of the fourth inning, the Cubs
1-0.
lead the Pirates by a score of 1-0.
1-0.
Wes is
that game.
Yeah, you notice how Wes ain't here for that one, right?
Yeah, you know why he left? Because he has to go watch the game.
Yeah, no, he's got to go work out, and then he's got to go watch the game. And I told him, I said, when the Cubs win the second game, it doesn't matter what the Pirates did in the first one. It's a washout.
I'm going to do that later on tonight. I'm going to get an exercise a couple hours after dinner because I got things to do. But I always get my exercise.
Hey, really quick, before we get out of here, I talked to the guys about this during the commercial break, and I want to say it on the air because I think it's pretty freaking funny.
Cool.
Cowboy safety J.J. Wilcox in Sunday night's game.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. He said that Beckham hit him. It was the hardest hit he's ever had playing in football. Okay. Beckham and him hit so hard that J.J. Wilcox broke his own freaking nose.
Ouch!
How about that? Way to go, dude. You broke your own freaking nose.
And adios to the Cowboys' playoff chances.
See ya, wouldn't want to be ya.
Not according to Jerry Jones, because he still
cares what Jerry Jones thinks.
He still believes that the Cowboys are a playoff
team.
Hey,
Jerry Jones still thinks he's got a Super Bowl quarterback.
Yeah,
the
he franchise quarterback and Tony Romo.
Thinks he's got a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Frank, when that touchdown was scored, did you think of Jeff a lot? I know I did after the Cowboys took the lead 27-20.
I was thinking about Jeff at a few points in this game, but I was thinking in the first half, especially in the early going where the Cowboys were turning over the football, I was thinking, oh, man, Jeff's going to have a field day with this on Monday.
I said on Saturday, because I said on Saturday Night Show, Romo's going to throw 3 interceptions. He threw 2.
I was thinking Jeff Esco's right. Oh, my God.
The point I have to say is that the Giants' problem too was They should have got the ball in the end zone. They had chances to get even bigger leads, and all they could settle for was field goals. Sometimes they're okay, but field goals are not good enough.
It's no excuse. It's no excuse, especially with how many times was left for that defense to play like a bunch of ballerinas out there
Let
and
me
not
ask
even
you this
tackle
question.
anybody.
Does NBC have to show every Cowboys-Giants game?
Yes.
Sure,
No.
with Chris Collinsworth. You bet,
No.
Josh. Chris Collinsworth.
No, it's not must see. It's not. It's like the Red Sox-Yankees rivalry. It should be on ESPN.
Yeah, but okay,
either.
but the Yankees and Red Sox play all the time.
And the Cowboys and Giants don't?
They only play twice. They only play twice a year. You know what? And on that note, we're getting the flock out of here. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us today in our Tuesday show. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know we did. We had a lot of fun. I hope you did too. We'll be back tomorrow for another edition of Sports World Radio. Until then, my friends, remember, you only have one life to live. Live it long, live it strong, and live it proud. And please don't forget, life may suck. I forgot what I was going to say.
But the alternative is not acceptable.
I don't have it written down. It comes off the top of my head. But the alternative is unacceptable.
Amen.
Peace out, everybody. Until tomorrow, for Sean Mann, Josh Lopez, Frank Sprankle, I'm Jeff Escal. This has been Sports World Radio.
Adios and peace.
Shut up, Skip.
Thanks for listening to Sports World Radio with your hosts, Jeff Escal and Sean Mann. Online at SportsWorldRadio.com. Sports World Radio, the equal opportunity ripper. We'll catch you next time.